interaction you just said, right? Because we saw in the AmGG set versus Delta how frequently he liked to just crash on top of Delta with jump in dare. That neutral sig could be a really good answer from Khinger and could convert into just whole stocks as a result. So let's see how that plays out.
Well, right now, AmGG just utilizing that soft platform to delay as long as possible. 15 seconds with basically no interaction as AmGG wanted those, the chakrams.
All right.
My mind broke because they were just like staring at each other.
There's a new weapon? Okay, AmGG making this one happen. Tries to connect with the dare to at least extend it a little bit further, but Khinger gets out. And once again, like we had mentioned at the end of AmGG's previous set, starting to get a handle on when you should be burning dodges, efficiently managing your resources is the name of the game for both sides here.
Oh, there you're seeing AmGG avoiding that neutral signature. Khinger starting to throw out a lot of them.
Ooh, okay. It's like the third one already.
Fourth one. Oh for 4.
Come on now, come on, come on. Get there.
0 for 5, my king. 0 for 6.
This is insane. Wait,
No,
but it was a bait all along.
It's a strat. It's called conditioning.
You fell for the classic blunder.
You
AmGG.
thought I was a gold. Just kidding. I'm a diamond player hitting that recovery. Getting the first stock here over AmGG.
I mean, hey, if it works out, it was actually really good conditioning, I think, specifically at that spacing where AmG couldn't punish it. Khinger finds the anti-air he needs. AmGG now playing a little bit on the back foot, needing to find at least a couple hits to convert into probably recovery off the top.
Okay, this is the punish there. That's fine. Once again, AmGG utilizing those soft platforms. Again, the neutral signature, but he's not really getting punished for it.
This is crazy. We've broken the meta. We figured it out. Look, he can dash back.
What's stronger?
He has a window.
100 chakrams or 1 neutral sig? Actually, no, it's the opposite. 1 chakram or 100 neutral sig.
Oh my goodness. It's working so far, and I think part of it is by proxy of AmGG just spacing a little bit high when he tries to just dodge around the neutral sig. So if we play this a little bit more aggressively, AmGG probably finds a window to get a punish now.
Okay, weapon spawn, right side. Down air, but he dodges away there. Ground pound. Oh, he misses.
Yo.
Oh, go for it. Okay.
Oh, respect.
Yeah, he was sweat beating. He saw like, okay, I could either chase dodge up, try to get this wall touch, or go aggressive. Went for the aggressive option. Didn't quite work out, but you know what? That stock was already out the way.
Okay, desperately chase dodging over. Haven't seen much orb play yet from Khinger against AmGG. But the signatures remain the same.
Yeah, heavy button works on both weapons, and the side signature will be the one to connect here. AmGG with the float from those down airs. More neutral signatures, more neutral signatures.
Okay, this is the string. Chase dodges back towards the soft platform to at least just reset resources, get some jumps back. Once again, I think Khinger tried to challenge there.
You just let that happen.
Looks for the poke. Yeah, he did. Okay, patrolling the weapon spawn as well. Recovery's not going to connect, but that was sweat beats. There it is off the top. Khinger with the lead. I mean, hey, we're going to have a absolutely bonkers signature stat at the end of this game. I think we're already approaching 20. So, you know, leave your predictions in chat what that percentage is going to be.
I wish there was a breakdown of like what the signatures were, because I feel like it's like at least a 90% lean spear neutral signature.
There's another one on the soft platform, doesn't quite connect. But I mean, here's the thing, right? We were joking about it. It doesn't really matter if it's not connecting, because AmGG hasn't found really an efficient punish for it yet.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just like, okay, it forces AmGG to float in the air a little bit longer, but it's on Khinger's terms instead of AmGG's. There's the N-Sig again. AmGG able to spot dodge this time. Another neutral sig. This time it'll hit.
Coming back. This is, yeah, I was going to say just really color by number if you're AmGG on how you want to get the stock at that position. But we go to last for both. At what point does Khinger run out of neutral signatures? I think it's never, but AmGG really making him work for it now. The dares are putting in a lot of work.
The chakram game plan starting to come in.
Yeah, totally oppressive offstage, too, from AmGG. We switch sides here. Khinger gets out of it for just a moment. The recovery. Leaving it. Oh, no way!
Yeah, KO!
It just works! Play that back, DJ.
Oh my goodness. Khinger able to finish it out. 24 signatures thrown out. 13% accuracy, but once again, it's all about the one that hits, and it's that final neutral signature to give Khinger game number 1.
Wow. That was sick. Oh my gosh.
You can't vertical dodge against Khinger. You have to put some horizontal in it because that neutral signature covers so much vertical space.
Yeah, and I wonder if, like, from a very diluted down game plan, if Khinger sees which direction AmGG is dodging, you can just dash or jump in the other way and just completely reset. So it has become relatively safe for Khinger, despite the fact that 87% of his signatures missed in the last game.
Well, here we are. Game number 2. Same map, same picks, probably same game plan, at least on the side of Khinger, but AmGG doing a better job of approaching from the side, going for these fastball side airs on the Khinger instead of the straight vertical down air.
Really nice. Okay, can't extend it too much further, but yeah, AmGG, wonderful adjustments already on this first stock.
Whoop. All right, neutral light, not able to get a follow-up, but there's the down sig. AmGG looking a lot stronger here.
Yeah, the horizontal game plan from AmGG is already such a wonderful adjustment, right? Like, Khinger knows that if you're going to land on top trying to attempt for the dares with that chakram, I can go for this little neutral signature mini game and maybe see what pans out, but it usually results in a net 0 for both of us, at worst.
Well, now Khinger is going to need a lot more than a net 0 here, as he's starting to get lapped here by AmGG. Okay, using those soft platforms.
Ooh,
Khinger trying to space out. That's a burn dodge. AmGG gets in with that side air. Doesn't hit the second one, and Khinger with the turnaround is going to get that stock off of AmGG.
What's crazy is Khinger was just in complete no man's land over there. I don't know who he was trying to fight, what ghosts were over there that he was swinging on, but it works out for him to get the reversal at the very end. AmGG, though, with the answer right back, and it's a full stock lead, Duke.
Dude, he went down like a bullet from the sky, and Khinger was not ready for the speed of that ground pound. Ends up getting caught there, and AmGG once again with the full stock advantage.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a combo showcase once again. Using that for the next Brawlhalla reveal trailer coming through. But off stage, AmGG letting the dare rock, not going to connect. Khinger, though, in a real awkward position, still somehow under pressure here, sweat beading, and he just cannot find a moment to breathe.
Dude, AmGG is just staying right against him. Hits him with that side air. Ends up sending him away, and here comes Khinger, not able to get his game plan going. Those neutral signatures have really been shut down, and here comes AmGG with the down air.
Ooh, tries to go off the backboard. Somehow still AmGG, better end of that exchange. Going off the left side, no. Tries to find the recovery. GC taunt into lose?
Player 2 wins.
What? The only salt there is the salt for yourself, because you have salted the earth you try to grow your plants on, as that is Khinger losing that stock for basically nothing, and that's going to be AmGG tying things up here 1-1.
That's taunt to get bodied.
Yeah.
It has to be. I think he had a shot to at least get one stock back, but hey, I mean, at the end of the day, if you feel like you needed a mental reset, then by all means, go for it. We got Demon Island, Small Fortress, and Mos Eisley open. Where do you think we're going here? It looks like it's Demon Island.
It is going to be Demon Island. Yeah, I guess that makes the most sense. Out of the three maps left, most people still not huge fans of Mos Eisley. Even though that the KO box has been tightened up on Mos Eisley, people still have that kind of initial gut reaction of like, oh, it takes forever to get a finisher there. So we're going over to Demon Island here for game number 3.
And this is what I like to call, for the people at home, true, factual, empirical data. Let's look at the difference between game number 1 and game number 2. Game 1, it was what, 24 or something signatures? Game 2, 5.
Yeah, that is a math.
That's math.
20%. That's a 20% difference. Or he did 20% as many signatures.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs space to be able to let these end signatures rock. Even if he's taking huge punishes like this, it's contributing to his game plan overall, and I think that's the comfort he might need.
Rough spot here as AmGG able to cover, gets that gravity cancel downlight into the ground pound. Damage, though, not too bad for Khinger. Not sure a downlight recovery will quite do it just yet.
tries to cover super high from Khinger. This time, sweat beats come through and there's no punish. It's just a side air instead. Recovery's not going to connect. Now it's a little bit of an awkward position, right? AmGG wants to try to catch the landings.
Goes out unarmed, doesn't hit the side air. AmGG trying to cover the weapon pickup, but Khinger still sneaks it away. Still needs to find hits here onto AmGG. Needs to get that finisher. It's going to be the side air. Yep. All right, even things up. What weapons he's sticking with? Spear.
Yeah, I think go back to the well, man. Like, keep going for neutral signatures. Force AmGG to play this weird mix-up.
I thought that was NSIG territory. AmGG he goes 2 jumps in the air. I'm like, all right, NSIG territory.
Like, yeah, let it rock. I don't care where you are. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, this is something that Khinger was quite good at in the previous set as well. It wasn't against Apriya, but the stacked positions with the nairs while Spear is equipped, right? Just crashing into your opponent, forcing these awkward layered up moments where you can just get a nair, take your neutral and move on, and then go back to your original game plan.
Reaching up there with those neutral sigs again. You're starting to see Khinger bring back some of that confidence, but AmGG snipping it away. The Chakram string's just a little too strong.
But we're going back towards the sword. Thrown away. Has to play it out for a little bit until the spawn comes through. That was a good neutral win from Khinger, but didn't connect the third hit, meaning AmG gets back on the Chakrams.
Okay. Kind of an empty jump into that falling side air from Khinger. Oh, goes for the ground pound, but it actually gets beaten out by the neutral light from AmGG, but I don't think AmGG was expecting that. Side air gonna win.
Crazy dodge.
Flash out. Oh, Khinger!
Oh my goodness. That is an insane turn of events for AmGG, right? I feel like pretty losing position at least, but gonna answer back right away, so maybe it's no harm, no foul. This is the tiebreaker game 3.
That's not what you want, though. You don't want to give your opponent too much, and Khinger gave him a full, well, not a full stock, but he gave him a stock at the very least. Now we're down to the final stocks here, game number 3. You're seeing Khinger really playing that spacing game. You're seeing
hang on, this might be it. Okay, I mean, I was like, that's how nervous I am when I see that.
Chakrams in the air, that is a scary threat.
And we're going back into the air once more. Barely doesn't connect with the following hit. Khinger, an opportunity, tries to shark out the landing, gets the nair, but nothing more.
NSIG just off the mark from Khinger. Keeping him on the wall, throws on the ground pound. That is his recovery, but he did get the wall touch for the reset. Still taking a lot of damage here. Khinger's got to be careful. Side sig connects. Khinger's in trouble.
No way, he's not going to touch. He's not going to touch. That's AmGG taking game number 3. And AmGG is 1 game away from making a back-to-back-to-back upset for top 8.
I do want to give him credit. The adjustments have definitely come through. Khinger was doing so many neutral signatures, and AmGG was really struggling to figure out what to do against it. But in game 2, he made the adjustment. Khinger brought back those neutral sigs up to 12 this time here in game number 3, but it was not enough.
Yeah, what a crazy cover from AmGG to just let that... I mean, we've been seeing the signature from that Chakram get KOs off the side on the various games we've gotten out of AmGG so far for today, right? But to cover it and just specifically pull the trigger when you see Khinger go for that drift back towards the wall, trying to find a little bit of safety. Really, really clean stuff. And AmG gets rewarded with that game. Once again, it's 1 singular game away from another upset here for Team Priya.
One more W here, and AmGG is going to be going into the top 8 against Godly. We'll see if he can make one more upset. Where's the weapon spawn? Both of them wanting their specific weapons. Khinger wants his spear. AmGG wants his chakrams.
Khinger gets the desired outcome for at least just a brief moment to get some damage out. There's the first neutral signature of maybe many.
Okay, AmGG actually finding the timing there. Goes up and then comes back down with the down air.
See the little pullback though? As soon as AmGG tries to just like hover for a moment, you can just dash back, maybe fully reset. Or at least, once again, the timing just seems a little bit tight for AmGG.
Okay, recovery. Khinger getting some good damage here. Falling side air, not quite enough. Can he deny? This is the side air.
Okay, no ground pound this time. AmGG fighting back from the side. Ooh, bit of a role reversal. I'm kind of surprised Khinger went for Sair there, but regardless, AmGG clawing back the damage threshold. This is just going to be D-Light into Sair, and that is first strike for Khinger, making it work.
Yeah, Khinger was definitely looking for that finishing blow, was struggling a little bit to find it. Ultimately, decides to go for the bread and butter, and AmGG just wasn't expecting him to go straight for the down air, or down line.
Okay, yeah, clued into that one now. It does not want to just default over to the wall and play the mix-up from there, go right over the top.
Ooh, this time, though, swings a little bit behind him.
What a drift back from Khinger, though.
Yeah.
Disarmed. It's pretty precarious spot, so AmGG not closing it out yet.
In the red, but Khinger still has the stock. Gets back, gets some damage.
Crazy reversal. Even those 2 singular hits from Khinger, I mean, I'm pretty happy if I got to navigate around the Priya in that way and at least get a couple hits on the way out.
Yep, got a little bit of there. Now he's back in. It's going to be the orb.
Okay, let's go double recovery just for the get off me.
Ooh, delayed downlight there. You have the true combo. Surprised you went for the delay. Ball inside air, down 6, not going to hit.
Once again, Khinger in these really awkward spots where you see him sweat beating extremely high in the air. So AMG just has to kind of shark around at the ground, wait for the landing. Pretty rough position. There's another missed N-Sig. Pogo comes through.
Another one. Gonna miss that Pogo. AmGG gets Pogo'd again. Another one, and that time Khinger gonna get the stock. 1 stock left to force a game 5, and Khinger sticking to the game plan. Wants to keep the spear.
Man, this has just been a crazy back and forth set. You talk about the adjustments made from AmGG. Khinger has really gone back towards the jump in, find the nairs, and then when you are above me, I am conditioning you with these neutral signatures no matter what. Even if it means I take a dare and a little bit of a punish, who cares? But just like that, last stock situation, AmGG could just shut it down right now.
Yeah, definitely not enough of a lead here for Khinger to be comfortable. Gets that neutral air. Good avoidance of that sidelight there. Ooh, ooh. Okay, Khinger got away from it. That was a dodge, but AmGG running out of resources in the air.
Okay, high angle. Khinger really can't find an angle to punish that, though, so AMG lands pretty softly and safely. Wow, and look like just like that. I mean, Khinger's behind in damage now.
Yeah, AmGG just finding those extensions, just getting some really good damage. Falling side air, coverage from Khinger. Falling neutral air, keeping himself safe. Doesn't hit the neutral sig.
Okay, with punish off stage, we haven't seen a lot of side blast zone KOs unless it is that signature from AmGG. But he lets it rock, and once again, you miss 100% of the signatures you don't take, and Khinger has taken us to a game number 5.
Brings that signature count up to 16 this time, but AmGG actually trying to match him in the sig count, threw out 9 signatures in that one. I do want to call out Khinger not really using that side signature, which was ultimately the one that finished it, which in my head, that says, you know what, we can call that conditioning. And then B, AmGG has been using a lot of those down signatures to cover the corner like you were talking about, and Khinger's doing a really good job of just saying, okay, I'm going to go all the way over you instead of trying to come back safely towards this soft wall.
Yeah, I mean, the presenting one issue with the matchup and then saying I found at least a soft solution to it so far, and then that going back and forth and the RPS that goes along with it, it culminates in this game number 5, and this has been one of the more exciting sets we've seen from, again, players we did not expect to be here at this phase of bracket.
Yeah, I got to remind people at home, both of them had to make at least 2 upsets to make it into this position, and one of them could make one more as they go for the vertical, but not quite enough to finish off Khinger just yet.
The other crazy thing about this, too, is we've talked so much and sung the praises of how efficient Chakram is at finding KOs and long strings, specifically while airborne. Khinger has no fear, just jumping straight into AmGG, saying, hey, I'll do some of the dirty work for you. I'm going to jump into you, and if you can catch me out of the sky, then you earned it, pal.
Yeah, I feel like one of the things that's part of Khinger's game plan against the Chakrams is to really utilize his aerial drift. Like, he'll come as close as he can and then drift away and then come back under with that spear recovery specifically. Good Pogo!
Pogo again!
And Khinger about to take down AmGG if he can keep this pace going.
Wow, yeah, and pace is a really, really apt word for this. Look at this. Healthy, for the most part, in yellow. Every single hit now matters so much if you are Khinger.
Back to the NSIG game. This is where it works so well, Miami Dome, where they played game number 1. You can see AmGG giving a lot of respect there. Second recovery, Khinger.
This is
He's
sweat beats.
He's sweating.
Okay, gets the hit. And once again, Khinger willing to just spend so many resources. There's the offstage. AmGG finds the answer right back, relatively unharmed.
What a mix on that one. Down air, jump, ground pound into the side air, that time from AmGG.
The spear in particular for Khinger has been such a heavy lifter so far. We really have not seen much in the way of orb at all, only equipped for 9% of that last game. And it's for good reason, right? So much of the gameplay from a macro sense that we've talked about is just completely predicated around the spear chakra matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like both of them are one weapon players in this matchup specifically.
Okay, no punish, no punish.
AmGG finding really good damage here. Already taking the lead back from Khinger.
Ooh, trying to drift through that soft platform to just get a landing hit while Khinger approaches back towards stage to get some real estate. Taking their respective soft platforms. AmGG strikes first. Can't find too much more after that. Will it be a recovery? No, of course it's a neutral signature to try to catch the landing. But once again, if it's conditioning and it works, then so be it.
Over to the orb. Like you said, haven't seen too much of it from Khinger. This time he's kind of stuck on it. No weapon spawns for him.
Yep.
There's a recovery. AmGG just needs another one. Weapon toss keeps Khinger alive.
Yeah, and this is where it gets dicey, right? For weapon and unarmed, the landing is just so much more awkward for Khinger versus the spear, where you have a little bit more utility. You can try to drift in, go for the Sares. You can go for maybe ground pounds, the weapon throws as well. But we're back to the old reliable, but is it too little too late with both players sitting in red damage?
AmGG, he's hunting. You can see him chasing down Khinger. Khinger, once again, utilizing that drift, throws out the end sig, gets punished for it.
Potentially. Okay, tries to drift down instead. Flowchart is certainly there. I mean, 2. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me a third time. It might be stock 3, but it's not going to happen quite yet. There it is. Last stock, though, coming through for Khinger. AmGG regained the lead, but for how long?
It is a battle coming out between the two of them. 4 minutes left on the clock. Khinger, if he can even this stock count up.
Uh-oh. I mean, these spawns might not be going his way, though. This is Sidelight Sair with the orb at the very least, and he knows it. There's the gravity cancel, but AmGG, every single hit, every nickel and dime is converting into $1, and soon he's going to take that to the vending machine. But it is last stock, game 5 between these two for top 8.
He's got the weapon advantage. He's primed up a second spear just in case. Can he do this? Khinger versus AmGG. AmGG once again onto the chakrams, eats a neutral there. Both of them in the offstage.
They both sweat beat at the same time too. I mean, both so willing to use all of their resources, anything to get this final stock. Khinger off stage now. AmGG keeping the pressure on.
Good dodge through there from Khinger. Goes for the recovery. AmGG recovery for recovery.
You go. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. That could have just been it for AmGG. He could have won.
But it was not quite enough. They ran out of resources, couldn't get that final hit. AmGG, though, showing Khinger that is always going to be a threat.
And I mean, after that small little skirmish, Khinger may be a little bit fearful. The pogo comes through, waiting for the jump. Once again, he catches it. It's not enough.
These recoveries adding up. Nice recovery from Khinger. These N6 still not hitting.
But you know what they say. All it takes is one. All it takes is one. It just does not connect. The Sair comes through from Khinger. Off stage, another pogo could do it as well, but just whiffs it.
Gets away from him. AmGG looking for the weapon spawn.
Weaponless.
It's going to be on the right. Khinger can't cover.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Has to D-Light to just split up. The recovery covers his tail if you're Khinger. N-Sig not enough to do it.
2.5 minutes
If
left
it
on the
connects,
clock.
it's over. Oh, that disarm though, that's so huge.
There's the weapon spawn. It's another spear. He had it primed.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Who's going to get the hit? Both of them deep red. Khinger goes for the recovery. AmGG with the side air.
It's not enough. The aerials are just not doing it. Oh,
Fuse
AmGG
them.
way off stage.
Just fuse your
Khinger
chakrams.
also way off stage. What is happening? They're both so nervous now.
Recovery.
It's not enough.
One fused hit.
I mean,
Would
this
be
is the side
enough.
signature maybe from the
Recovery.
That's enough to do it. And AmGG somehow scrapes out a third upset to make it into top 8.
Game 5.
That is insane.
He was scrapping, he held on, he knew that the recoveries would add up eventually to a W, and that's what happened. AmGG was able to hit Chakram recovery after Chakram recovery,